previously on Forever a Farm.
I wanted to head down to Crowley County to talk with folks about what happened.
It was a very, very rural lifestyle.
And as we know, in Colorado, you have to have water.
And the farmers were out there busy trying to make a living. They didn't have any idea how many ways you could steal water. They voted to go ahead and sell the water out of the county.
There was millions of dollars circulating around. And then you drive around and you look, and you got to ask yourself, where did it go?
We have to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Water is the lifeblood of Colorado, but it has always been scarce. As a headwater state, nearly every river that begins here flows outward. Only 40% of Colorado's total water remains within its borders. Under the law of first in time, first in right, those with the oldest claims hold the most power. As cities expand and populations surge, municipalities acquire more water rights, leaving less for the land that built Colorado's agricultural legacy. Experience the fierce challenges faced by farmers and discover the groundbreaking solutions that could safeguard this vital water supply. Together, we'll explore how unity between agriculture and municipalities can forge a sustainable future. This is Forever a Farm.
There are other areas in eastern Colorado along the South Platte River Basin that are starting to feel the effects of the buy and dry component. What does that mean? Buy and dry, larger entities, primarily municipalities or industries, will buy surface water. That water then will be removed from the farm ground, and there will be a dry up covenant on the land that the land can no longer be irrigated ever again into perpetuity. When we look at the statistics from 1987 to date, a significant amount of irrigated farm acres have been dried up. Yes, for expanding growth, homes and businesses and development, but also the need for the water. The thirst that the municipalities have for the water is another major contributing reason to why these farms are being dried up. And this is concerning to me.
Today, we're heading to my buddy Chad's family farm, where he recently installed a subsurface drip irrigation system. These systems are incredible. They boost crop production while saving on labor, machinery, chemicals, fertilizers, and, of course, water. I haven't seen one in action yet, so I'm really excited to check it out.
I mean, this is a huge investment. And I mean, that's quite an about face from flood irrigation to this. What prompted the decision?
Yeah, you're going from about the most archaic way to kind of more of the cutting edge in irrigation. And for me, it was, quality of life, being able to spend it with my beautiful wife, Lene, and we just had a newborn last year, so Walker's one. And this farm's been in the family 100 years, so I want to keep being a good steward of the land here.
Wow, that's awesome. So you chose subsurface drip over sprinkler irrigation because?
Neither farm was conducive to sprinkler, the shape of the farm, and then here at Grandpa's, our house sits in the middle of the 80 acres. So
then with drip, it sounds like you could cover every single acre.
Yep, that's one of the benefits of drip is you don't have the corners that you're missing with the pivots, and then the uniformity that the drip provides, even with sprinklers and nozzles and your end guns, you don't have quite as good as a uniformity as the drip.
Wow. Well, let's take a look.
Yeah, let's do it.
So you're commingling groundwater with the surface water then?
Yep. First goes into our small settling pond, supposed to kind of settle out some of the big stuff, and then we have a 20 horsepower floating pump here that gets it through our filter station. You can tell it's pretty quiet and real efficient, even more efficient on the electrical side than your pivots, and that's been kind of a nice surprise as well. In terms of the drip, we decided to go 30-inch centers. We decided to go 14 inches deep, so they plow the tape 14 inches from the top. And then there's little emitters every 27 inches from the tape. Another benefit, just the amount of fuel and time and energy in terms of getting your ground prepped for flood, whether it's you're plowing and then mulching it down and then different things to get your crops watered with flood. That's a lot of nonsense that you don't have to worry about now.
So after you plant, are there any more field operations outside
No,
of spraying?
just spraying the herbicide. And another benefit of drip, there's no surface water on the top, so there's very little weed pressure in there. But we end up
That is amazing. I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Very, very interesting.
So very efficient in terms of both of those.
Wow. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at it.
Absolutely, let's do it. So this is the filter station, the floating pond. We'll pump the surface water to our filter station. It's gonna come up through our top pipe here, and then it's gonna go through one of these 3 filters. These are just filled with sand, and it's filtering out anything in the water that would cause issues with the emitters in the tape. Once it goes through the sand, out the bottom, goes out the end, and goes to whichever field that we're irrigating at the time. It knows to backflush, so at that point the water will reverse course, go back up through the filter, come out through this pipe, and it will actually shoot it back out into the pond. So that's how the filters stay clean there. On this farm with the 73 acres, we have 6 zones. I can irrigate 3 zones at a time, 6 hours on 3 zones, 6 hours on the next, and back and forth while you have the water. So
That is awesome.
The subsurface irrigation system is controlled through a phone app, giving farmers real-time oversight of their water usage. It monitors pressure, flow rates, and zone activity, ensuring every drop is used efficiently. The app also manages filtration and fertilizer injection, delivering nutrients directly to the root zone while minimizing waste. With automated alerts and data tracking, it helps farmers make smarter decisions, saving time, water, and resources.
That's amazing that it's so controlled. I mean, it seems like it is so technologically advanced compared to what I'm accustomed to, flood irrigating, that you're actually putting the water where you need it and the exact amount. So you can actually control down to the 1/4 inch what you put on. So explain to me what we got here and here.
this is the fertigation system, has its own pump. We can put fertilizer through the system, into the system, and the fertilizer is getting injected right at the root zone. So again, that's a little bit different than a sprinkler coming from the top if you're fumigating through the sprinkler.
Well, and that's kind of interesting because with a system like this, you're not going to see near the nitrates in the groundwater simply because you're putting on what the plant needs, where it needs, at the right time.
They claim you can get by with a lot less fertilizer as well because you are getting it, concentrated in the root zone. On our system here, we actually have one computer that will control both farms. We can get away without having the expense of 2 separate systems here.
Okay, so then what do we have right here?
Yep, this is our flow meter, so we can see at any point in time how much water is going into our system. So it fluctuates, per second. It also track our total gallons per minute for the entire season. So
That's absolutely amazing.
in terms of the entire systems, there are some that are 35, 40 years old that are still in operation. Hopefully that'll get me through my lifetime, and I think as long as you take care of it, and it'll take care of you.
The manufacturers of these systems, do they say that it will increase yields from what you're experiencing before, or would the yield be pretty much the same?
No, it's supposed to increase your yield, again, just by the benefits of the water being in the root zone, the fertilizer in your root zone. And then for me, being a flood guy, sometimes you get behind with the amount of water that you're getting, and then it's maybe 3 or 4 days by the time you get to certain parts of the field. If you happen to get behind with this, I mean, you're getting water to the next zone within 6 hours at the minimum. So again, the uniformity of the water, and then being able to get the water on in a timely manner is just night and day.
Wow, that is wonderful. That is absolutely amazing. I didn't think it was this sophisticated. When I'd heard about them, I thought, oh yeah, they've got tape in the ground, and
Sure.
But I didn't realize that it was this extensive and this high tech. That's amazing.
Visiting Chad's farm gave me a firsthand look at how innovation and thoughtful engineering can transform agriculture, maximizing every available water share while maintaining the land's productivity for generations to come. This setup proves that sustainability and profitability can go hand in hand. By designing the system around the water he has access to, Chad ensures that every drop is put to its best use. You can really see the attention to detail and how much this will benefit not just your farm, but the future of agriculture as a whole.
Next time on Forever Farm.
Colorado's water and farmland are at a crossroads. Innovation in agriculture has never been more critical.
But as we look to the future, how do these innovations fit into the bigger picture of Colorado's agricultural landscape? Join us as we explore the groundbreaking technology shaping the future of food production and what it means for the land and water that sustain us all.